Hello everyone. Today's lecture speaks about a policy. The policy of Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 to establish equality and equity in the society. Our government has provided many national and government policies. It was aimed to provide equal opportunity in education. And one of these policies is Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 that advocate for the needs of children with disabilities. The Rehabilitation Council of India was set up as a registered society in 1986. In September 1992, the RCI Act was enacted by Parliament of India. The Act was passed in 1992 for the purpose of constituting the Rehabilitation Council of India for regulating the training of rehabilitation professionals and for maintenance of a central rehabilitation register. It was amended by the Rehabilitation Council of India Act 2000 to provide for monitoring the training of rehabilitation professionals and personnels, promoting research in rehabilitation and special education as additional objective of the council. The RCI, through its linkages with training institutions and universities, has been undertaking standardization of curriculum, monitoring and evaluation, assessment of teacher training and research and development in the field of disability and rehabilitation. The mandate given to RCI is to regulate and monitor services given to persons with disability, to standardize syllabi and to maintain a central rehabilitation register of all qualified professionals and personnels working in the field of rehabilitation and special education. The Act also prescribed punitive action against unqualified persons delivering services to persons with disability. So let's see the objective of RCI Act. The main objective of RCI Act are as follows. Number 1, to regulate and monitor the training program in the field of rehabilitation of the disabled person. And number 2, to prescribe minimum standards of education and training for various categories of professionals dealing with persons with disabilities. Number 3, to make recommendations to the ministry regarding recognition of qualifications granted by universities in India for rehabilitation professionals. Number 4, to maintain the central rehabilitation register of persons possessing the recognized rehabilitation qualifications. And the last is to promote research is rehabilitation and special education. The RCI does not function only with the objectives stated above. It looks ahead. It works for creating awareness about and promotion of inclusive education. In an interview, the chairman of Rehabilitation Council of India stated, the government policy is to promote inclusive education. There are about 10 million children with disabilities in India, and we cannot out with the policy of compulsory primary education for all children, including those with disabilities. The government has done its jobs, but the disabled children may not go to school for two reasons. The first one is if the parents are not sensitized and are not made aware of advantages they will not send their children to school. Number 2, if teachers are not sensitized and are not going to look at children with disabilities with understanding, what is the idea in sending these children to school? The RCI looks at these two components. It has come to the conclusion that unless these are remedied, compulsory primary education of disabled children will not come about. The RCI Act developed a foundation course for elementary school teachers through distance education mode. The Indira Gandhi National Open University or IGNOU has also launched a program to sensitize the parents, and this program is covered under Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Thus, the RCI has taken initiative to sensitize teachers and parents so that children with disabilities can attend the inclusive school. Now, moving further with the functions of RCI Act. Number 1, the qualification granted by any university or other institution in India that are included in the schedule shall be recognized qualification of rehabilitation professionals. Next one, any university or other institution which grants qualification for rehabilitation professionals not included in schedule may apply to the central government to have any such qualification recognized, and the central government, after consulting the council, may by notification amend the schedule so as to include such qualification therein, and any such notification may also direct that any entry shall be made in the last column of the schedule against such qualification only when granted after a specified date. Next one is registration of rehabilitation professionals in the Central Rehabilitation Register of persons possessing the recognized rehabilitation qualifications as per the schedule attached to the Act. Fourth point, to prescribe the minimum standards of education required for granting recognized rehabilitation qualification by universities or institutions in India. Next point is to assess and grant approval to institutions or universities for the training of professionals in the field of rehabilitation and to facilitate their recognition and its withdrawal by the government. Last point is the council may appoint such as number of visitors as it may deem requisite to inspect any university or institution wherein education for rehabilitation professionals is given or attained any examination for the purpose of granting recognized rehabilitation qualifications. Furthermore, we look at some significance of the Rehabilitation Council of India Act. Actually, it is responsible for maintaining standards and creating training in the area of disability. RCI provides accreditation for courses. The significance of the RCI Act is that it enshrines the rights of children with disabilities to be taught by trained special needs teachers. So, standard method of teaching should be adopted to most disability conditions. and to prescribe a minimum standard of education and training for various categories of professionals dealing with persons with disabilities. Next one is to regulate these standards in all training institutions to bring about uniformity throughout the country and to make recommendations to the ministry regarding recognition of qualifications granted by universities, etc. in India for rehabilitation professionals. And also to make recommendations to the ministry regarding recognition of qualification by institution outside India. So, in this way, we have seen RCI Act 1992. Thanks a lot for listening to me.